Hey guys, it's Brennan the Paleo Dude, and welcome back to another Jurassic World video. Today we'll be taking a look at all of my Hammond collection figures and seeing which are the best, which ones are maybe flops, and which are the rarest and most common. Now, I do not have them all. I am missing, I think 5 or 6. I'm unfortunately missing the Ankylosaurus, which is going to take a massive bite out of my wallet because it currently retails for around $400 to $800 on eBay. But eventually I'll pick it up, hopefully, down the road. Maybe if this video does good, if you guys leave a like and a comment, it might blow up and I might make $400 and I could pick it up. That would be cool, but nonetheless, I do have some pretty rare ones that I'm really glad I found before it was too late, and that is the Irritator, because just like the Ankylosaurus, it became super rare and disappeared real quick. So this guy's really cool. I think it's based off of the Jurassic Park builder game for, was it Game Boy? Or some old console. But it's really cool that they basically adapted it pretty much as it appeared in that game. So it's a pretty obscure reference, but I'm really glad that the Hammond collection included it because it's a fun addition, and I love that the tail has that kind of ridge on the back to make it look a little bit raised, as Spinosaurus does IRL. But we have some more rare ones. The Geosternbergia is a little hard to get, but it's a really cool pterosaur from the Lost World, and I love how they adapted the colors perfectly. I really love Metriacanthosaurus. This figure is just fantastic. Of course, this one's from the first Jurassic Park movie. It's seen on the embryo vials as well as in the background on maps. It's another cool one that I really love. Oh, the Troodon. You may see that I have a ton of Troodon there and there. And these are awesome. They're my favorite Jurassic Park dinosaur. I loved how spooky and freaky they were in the Telltale games, and I love what Mattel did with the eyes. In the games they had these kind of white glowing eyes, and they definitely translated the white eyes with like gray pupils, but they're a little small on this figure. Of course they didn't really do the teeth a justice. There's lips over top of them, and in the game they kind of interlocked like you'd see on Scorpius Rex or Indominus. So that's a little bit of a letdown. Also, the colors are a little different. You can see they've got some orange on the back, whereas in the game there's red on the underbelly. And so there's a little bit of creative liberties, but it's not the worst figure, and I'm glad that they actually did Troodon. That's really cool, and hopefully they do Herrerasaurus and Tylosaurus in the future. That gives me hope. Another obscure one is the Scutosaurus. This one's based off of the 1997 Lost World toy that Kenner did back in the day. I think that's a really nice reference. One of the figures that I feel is the most lacking and hopefully gets a complete overhaul. Oh, whoops, I just tossed him. Is the Triceratops. This figure is quite small, and unfortunately a lot of the complaints that people have with it are that the lower jaw was not able to open and close, so this figure unfortunately got a little bit kind of sidelined in the collector community, especially when the much larger Habitat Defender Triceratops came out. That one is much larger and uses the same sculpt, but this one still has more articulation. Of course, that guy's jaw opens and closes. I do love the Velociraptors, the male and female from Jurassic Park 3. Since that was my favorite movie, I ended up picking up a few of them for pack building, but these guys are now a little outdated. Their feet are quite large, and compared to the new raptor molds, like the Lost World Tiger one here, they look kind of goofy. But this one is a fantastic new sculpt. You can see the feet are a lot smaller, and I love the head a lot. There's a ton of detail in this guy. I do wish there was a bit more accuracy with the pattern on it, but nonetheless, they're pretty neat. The Baby Rex is super cool because it comes with these accessories. You get a little bandage on the leg, and you get the belt around the mouth, and it works really well with the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Buck Rex. This one's colors are very vibrant, but unfortunately the sculpt is pretty inaccurate. Doesn't have the big kind of flap on the neck, the dewlap that hangs down, and it doesn't feel as robust and chunky as it did in the movie. But the Spinosaurus, oh my god, it is near perfect. So close to being perfect. If it had the blue on the sail be a bit brighter and more apparent, it would be perfect. This figure is so detailed, and of course, being my favorite dinosaur from the franchise, I had to pick up two. One of them can sit on the shelf and be in perfect condition, while the other I can take out and do photography with and not worry about it getting damaged or having the paint scuff at all. But it is just a fantastic figure. The old T-Rex molds, of course, are a little outdated. You can see the teeth are not that rubbery new plastic that they have the sharper, thinner teeth on. They're a little bit more chunky and rounded off. Same with the previous San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Rex, which is just a darker variation of it. The Carnotaurus is really nice. This figure does have those molded teeth in the rubber, which is really cool. And the coloration and proportions are awesome, and they did an even better job on the Allosaurus. I feel like this figure is fantastic. The tail is super, super long and very heavy. It is great though, and super posable. The neck is probably one of the most posable out of the entire Hammond collection lineup, which I can really appreciate. And the Stegosaurus goes with it so well. This guy just came out on Amazon in Canada, so I picked up two of them. I'm hoping to pick up a third later. The head sculpt is phenomenal, and I love the paint job. It just is perfect for Hammond collection standards. And of course the baby to go with it is awesome, but you can see the baby has a opening mouth where the adult does not, but I don't mind that at all because we don't really get to see a mouth hinge on there, wrecking the sculpt and making it a little bit less obvious. The Parasaurolophus and the Cretaceous do have a little mouth though, and of course since they have the cheeks like the Stegosaurus, the mouth is focused on the front of the head, so it's not that bad. And I love the paint job on the Cretaceous. I really wish I got another one, but I managed to pick up two, and I picked up quite a lot of paras. They were one of the first Hammond collection figures that were out, and I thought they were just so perfect at the time, so I made sure to get a whole herd. My only nitpick with them is that the tails are a tad bit small. I wish that the tail would be a bit longer, but nonetheless, it is a very fantastic figure with a great paint job. Same with the Ceratosaurus. I feel like this guy could have been larger, more in the medium-sized class range, or I guess medium-large, because these guys would be medium. But for now, that looks fantastic. I wonder if they will do a re-release on some of the older figures with glass eyes, because it seems like even the small figures now have those glass eyes. And I would love to see the Dilophosaurus come out again. That would be fantastic. I feel like a lot of people would love to pick that one up if they haven't got it already. Of course, the larger dinosaurs from Dominion are awesome. The Therizinosaurus is very posable and has fantastic arm articulation. And the Giga is probably one of the best large theropods besides Spinosaurus. It has a super long tail, and the details and colors are just phenomenal. It is one of the most accurate Hammond collection figures, and I love it for that. The Brachiosaurus, oh my god, is gorgeous. I love all the details on it. It is just incredible, and I'd actually love to see more sauropods in the Hammond collection, specifically the Mamenchisaurus. I think that guy would work fantastic and translate great, especially if they updated the proportions to have a longer neck. I think fans would absolutely love that guy. So I think we've covered most of them. Some of the smaller ones, like the Triceratops, are like, eh. They could have done a lot of other species that I think would have benefited from being in the smaller size range of Hammond collection. But I do love the original trilogy dinosaurs, and I feel like a lot of the older ones, like the Velociraptor, deserve an update because the teeth are very much lacking in that department, where the newer raptors have very crisp ones. And of course the Gallimimus, oh my god, they're really fun. I also picked up 3 of them to make a little flock, but it would be neat to see them updated with a smaller head. But I feel like the Hammond collection will just continue to pump out new dinosaurs, and maybe when they run out of new dinosaurs, they might revisit old, outdated molds like the Triceratops and give us some really nice ones. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this Hammond collection overview. I'll make sure to do an update video when I get the rest of the Hammond collection figures in, which hopefully will be sometime next year, throughout the year. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching and supporting my videos. And really quick before you go, I started a plushie company from the Shale Plushies, and we make really cute Paleozoic stuffed animals. We also have a lot of dinosaurs planned as well, so if this piques your interest at all, check the link in my bio and consider supporting some of our projects. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.